I'm Blake.
I'm Ellie. And on today's adventure, we're at Haleakala.
Why even say it? Like,
we woke up at 4 a.m., which means one of two things in Maui. You're either going fishing or you're going to the summit of Haleakala to catch the sunrise. We'll be doing the latter.
which means we have 30 miles of windy roads up to the summit ahead of us. So hopefully we can make it there before sunrise above the clouds. We'll see you there. As with a lot of things in the national park system, you actually have to get reservations to go up to the summit to see sunrise, which is what we did. The lottery opened 2 days ago on rec.gov, and we were lucky enough to get the right tickets.
The permits are the only way you can enter the park between 3 and 7, so if you're not lucky enough to get one, you can still go, but you've got to get there before 3. For us, that would have meant leaving at 1:30 in the morning from our hostel, so we're very glad that we got permits.
And people sneak by here before 3 a.m., right?
Probably.
We paid $55 for the annual pass that includes admission into the other parks located here in Hawaii. From there, we continued up the road towards the summit and opted for the sunrise parking lot, pulling up just in time for sunrise. Instead of sticking close to the touristy viewpoint, we hiked down the jagged cliffs for an experience without handrails holding us back.
Alright, we made it to Haleakala Summit with the absolutely gorgeous cloud inversion today. It is unbelievable. Over my shoulder here, we can actually see the volcano craters. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is so windy. It's like 30-something degrees right now. It is freezing.
You definitely want to bring gloves, hats, scarves, but we, coming from Kauai, don't have that.
Don't have anything.
No.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous here. What a beautiful start to our day in Haleakala National Park.
Definitely worth waking up at 4 in the morning.
It is so worth it. I think it's even worth it to come here at 1:30 in the morning. Like it's just, you have to do it. You really do. Oh my goodness. This is the viewing point, and we hiked all the way down to the end of the cliff. We're gonna go all the way back up now. Whew. As we're hiking back up to the viewpoint, I am out of breath. The altitude here, it really gets to you. If you're not used to it, sometimes it gives you headaches. It makes me completely out of breath. Whew.
It was absolutely incredible being all alone on the edge of the cliffs, edge of the volcano, and seeing the sun rise with the clouds, and it was absolutely amazing. I have no words. I'm stumbling on my words. I have no words. Hello, Blake.
Hello.
Do you see how many people are here?
Oh my God, there's so many tour buses right now.
All the tour buses got here after sunrise.
I think the tour buses went to the summit first and then came back down here.
Oh my God, there's so many people behind us.
Excuse me, can you guys move, please?
Say tourists. Just kidding.
Leaving the tour buses behind, we got a unique view of Haleakala's shadow cast over Maui and headed for the true summit. At the parking lot, we got to see the famous Haleakala silver swords. They thrive in the harsh environment and are said to only bloom once in their lifetime, spanning several decades, dying after they release their seeds.
Alright, so we watched the sunrise from the sunrise parking lot, and we just made it up to the summit. And honestly, I would probably rather take the sunset from the sunset part because there's so many cars here, there's so many people here. And honestly, I think it's just a nicer time to be out on your own.
Yeah, you definitely had more privacy at the sunrise parking lot, less people, and I think you can get better pictures and videos from over there too.
Yeah.
We'll see how they turned out.
No tour buses until they all showed up.
Still worth it coming up here even after the sunrise.
10,000 feet, and we're at the summit.
So our first hike of the day is the Sliding Sands Trail. We're at the trailhead at the Haleakala Visitor Center. It starts right here and it goes about 4 miles one way, and then it connects to a bunch of other trails, so you can hike for as long as you want or as short as you want. Today we're probably gonna do a couple miles there and then turn around when we feel like it. Let's go.
So we're about a mile down into the crater and the views are incredible. It feels like you're on a different world.
Just a little tiny human in a big old volcano. Why did I say volcano like that?
When you're at the top of the viewpoints looking in, the craters that are inside here, they look pretty small. And then you start to get close to them and you realize that they are so freaking massive. It's just really hard to comprehend the enormity of the landscape that we're hiking in.
So we're a little bit over a mile into the trail and the views just keep getting better and better. Right behind me you can see some of the past lava flows, so that's super cool to see.
Since this hike starts at over 9,500 feet of elevation, you can definitely feel the effects of altitude getting to you. And the more you go down the trail, the better I was feeling. But now, since we're hiking back up again, I'm really starting to feel a little bit lightheaded, and I had a little bit of a headache at the summit, so we'll see if I get any better as the day goes on. But altitude is no joke, even at 10,000 feet, so definitely gotta be prepared if you've never been up here before.
So we did about 700 feet of elevation gain and a total of 2.5 miles. So 1 mile there, 1 mile back, and not so bad.
How are your legs feeling, by the way?
My legs hurt, but that's for...
Why do your legs hurt?
Had leg day on a couple days ago, so that was a mistake. Don't do leg day. It's really cold at the start of the hike, and then you start going down, your legs start warming up, and then at the top of the hike I had to remove my jacket, so be ready to kind of have jackets to remove and all that stuff.
And if you're doing this hike in the middle of the day, just know that it's completely uncovered, so it probably gets a lot hotter out here. But that's enough from this hike. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
So you're gonna wanna bring food to your trip to Haleakala. There's nowhere to buy food or find food, so definitely make sure to bring some lunch, whatever you want to eat. We've brought some Ritz, crackers, and some tuna, which is our favorite snack when hiking national parks. It's just quick, easy, and doesn't need a fridge. Got some Cliff Bars, some granola, and lastly, and most importantly, some Oreos. It'll be enough for our second hike, and then we'll head back into town.
All right, so we're on our second trail of the day at the Halemau'u Trailhead. It's a little bit further down the volcano, and this is actually a ridge trail. You get to start in this rocky kind of foresty area, and we got some awesome views of the clouds that are all around us here at the trailhead. We're not sure how far we're gonna go on this trail, but it is quite a long trail, just like the last one we did. So it's kind of like as far as you wanna go and then hike back up to your car. So let's see how far we get.
Blake, you can't bring your horse. I've told you this.
It literally says you can. That says don't. That says do.
Never mind.
That says do.
You can bring your horse.
You can bring your horse. Helpful tips. Only the most helpful tips here. Thanks for that, Ellie.
You're welcome.
This hike has been really cool so far. We've literally just hiked through this massive cloud that's behind me now. Where is it? It's like over here. And the views, you can't see much because you're kind of engulfed by the clouds. So we've been hiking through this massive cloud for a little while now, and we know that the crater is right over here because you can see some of the fencing that lets you know that there's a big cliff right there. But I don't think we're gonna finish the rest of this trail.
You can't really see much, and we're getting rained on, so I think it's best to just head back up.
We just ran into some hikers that actually camped down in the crater last night, and they're hiking back up, and they said it was another hour until they were below the clouds. So instead of doing that, we're heading back up to the top. We got a really unique view of the clouds in Haleakala, but nothing else really.
If we knew this trail was going to be like this, we definitely would have gone a little bit longer in the Sliding Sands Trail, but definitely worth it to check out both of them.
If you're at Haleakala at the top and you can see it's a very cloudy day, you should think twice before doing this trail because there's not much reward other than a really cool experience inside the clouds up on top of a volcano.
If you guys want to see more of our week on Maui, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next adventure. We'll see you next time on today's adventure.
Goodbye.